And you mentioned Dr. Akilah Weber, City Council member in La Mesa. She joins us now by phone. And Dr. Weber, I don't know if you were able to see the people who have come out there already this morning before even an organized effort to already begin the cleanup work this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yes, not only did I see them, but I have been out there myself. I'm actually still there right now. And it has just absolutely warmed my heart how we as a community have come together to help out our neighbors, our businesses. I was over there by Randall Lamb, and that is still a building which, you know, we can't really do much to because of its unstableness, but the owner was across the street helping clean out an antique shop. So we're really coming together, and this is just what we do in La Mesa. We look out for each other, and we make sure that our community remains strong.
As you take stock of what has happened, you see it firsthand this morning, the aftermath. What are your impressions? What are the takeaways after what has occurred there? Of course, during the day, we saw the peaceful protests, and then we saw what changed very quickly into, unfortunately, some unrest last night. How do you process this?
Well, you know, it's not unlike what we're seeing across the nation. We have people who came out yesterday afternoon who peacefully voiced their concerns, and as I stated last night, you know, we definitely heard them. And then, you know, there was a different group that came in later on in the evening and had a different agenda. But like I said, I am focused on what we as a community have done and what we as a community will do to heal and to rebuild and to make sure that we come out of this stronger than we were before.
And I want to go back to quickly, because we don't have too much time left, and I know Melissa wants to ask you a question as well, but you were one of the first to raise concerns about the incident on camera earlier in the week between a La Mesa police officer and an African-American man at the trolley station there. I know you were among the first to raise those concerns. Do you have any updates on the investigation? As we know, this was one of the reasons that the protest began yesterday. What would you like to see happen next with this?
Well, we are in the process of getting the police body camera video and any video footage that MTS may have together so that we can view it and also release it to the public so that we have a full picture of exactly what transpired throughout the entire interaction and why the interaction took place in the first place. And then once that happens, we can really sit down and focus on what we need to do as a community, what our police department needs to do in order to make sure that we continue to maintain good community relations.
Mentioned the emergency meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. Can you give us a little bit more detail about what we can expect in the next 20 or so minutes? 9 o'clock is shortly coming up.
Right. So, you know, one of the things we're going to, as you mentioned, we did put in a curfew last night. We're going to discuss that and most likely put in another curfew tonight just to make sure that everyone remains safe and that we don't have any further vandalism or damage or violence in La Mesa. And also talk about what our next steps will be so that we don't have to go through this again. You know, no city is perfect. We know that there are things that have happened not only recently, but also a few years ago that may not have been resolved the way that it should have. And so how can we do things in the future so that we are able to work better with our community, work better with our policing, and have policies and procedures in place so that everyone knows that, you know, everyone is going to be treated fairly, justly here in La Mesa.
Dr. Akilah Weber, City Council member from the city of La Mesa. We will expect to hear more from you and others throughout the morning after that meeting at 9 o'clock. Some updates coming from that, to be sure. So encouraging to see those live shots of people already underway with the cleanup there in La Mesa. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Weber.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.